We are here with Candice Kumai, who is a best-selling author and kind of like a wellness guru, I like to say. We've worked with her before, we've done some recipes with her, but today we are talking about Japanese trade secrets. We're gonna talk a little bit about blue zones. So if you don't know what that is, we're about to find out, and yeah, you're gonna give it to us the way it is.
Straight talk, girl. Straight talk with our matcha and our socks. Blue zones are regions in the world in which people live the longest. So we've got Costa Rica, Sardinia, which is a small island off of the coast of Italy, and Okinawa, where my ancestors are actually from in Japan. And then there's actually a place in California, Loma Linda, that's a blue zone as well, which people don't know about, but it's true. And one of the things that everybody has in common is that they socialize. So that's like a huge thing. And they calculated that some Okinawan women that are over 100, so they're called centenarians.
Wow.
Pretty badass. They socialize for like 6 hours a day.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of a lot of talking, but
it's way more than I get in.
Right? It's like our life, though, is prolonged by having really deep-rooted friendships and great girlfriends, as I like to say. They keep you alive. Mm-hmm. But in Japan, one of the secrets I would say that we have there is that we celebrate plant-based foods. So we eat a lot of tofu, a lot of edamame, and a lot of fermented foods, and that's key. Fermented foods, like we were talking about gut health, they totally keep your tummy healthy and happy. Mm-hmm. And they also help to heal in many different ways. And I think the more we're studying and finding fermented foods in our diet, like the benefits are wild. Like they help with your brain health, mm-hmm. They help with your sleep patterns, they help, for me, cleaning up my gut really helped to clear my skin, which wasn't really an issue for the Japanese, but being Japanese American, like we have all kinds of shit we gotta deal with.
Totally. All the terrible toxins and parabens and GMOs that are filled in our food and our products and everything.
Right. Yeah. So that is another thing, is like the Japanese eat like plant-based stuff that comes from the ground and the earth. Hannah and I cooked macrobiotic recipes together because we know that they're whole foods, and whole foods are the best thing in the world for your body. Mm-hmm. And I also think that what we're drinking, like our love of green tea and matcha and sencha, and all the Japanese, cha means tea in Japanese, so all the teas truly have polyphenols and antioxidants that help to protect you from getting disease.
Right.
So prevention is also key in Japanese culture.
Right. Amazing. So what does like a typical day look like for a centenarian?
Oof, good question. So they usually work out once a day. So they get up really early, mm-hmm. and they go do their workout. And no matter where they are, the Sardinians like to go out into the fields, and a lot of them are like shepherds. And then the Okinawans all garden. So they have gardens full of sweet potatoes, which is like their big thing.
Right.
They have gardens full of greens and fresh veggies. They make time in the middle of the day to socialize with their neighbors or friends. And then they do talk about, in Sardinia, Costa Rica is another really cool blue zone, and even in Okinawa, that they have a little bit of alcohol. And mm-hmm. the alcohol usually helps because of socialization.
Right.
But in Loma Linda, California, they go to church, and that was their big factor that they had all together, was that everybody who was a centenarian or really like up in their 80s and 90s went to the church, like devout.
Really?
Devout, I believe, Christians. And they also really did focus a ton on working out. Like that was a big thing.
I wonder what kind of workout centenarians do. I mean, you don't necessarily think about 100-year-old people working out.
Amazing.
But I've always kind of thought or imagined that, you know, working out, moving your joints, moving your muscles keeps the blood flowing, keeps everything, releases the serotonin, you know, everything to do with like a better brain, I think, you know, comes from moving your body. Agreed. So I'm not surprised that centenarians do that. But what kind of workout do they do? I mean, I see a lot of, and this might be, you know, I just don't know, so excuse me if this is offensive, but I feel like I see a lot of Asians doing a lot of like Tai Chi.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say
in the
that.
parks, because you see everyone in the parks doing their flows and like.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah,
though?
because when you say workout, it doesn't mean like they're going to a HIIT class. Like anything, any type of movement, especially as a centenarian, I feel like is a workout. Whether you go on a long walk in the fields or whatever, it's like getting that hour of movement in is like.
That's key.
Yeah.
So there is a term in Japanese called komorebi, which means the light between the trees. And there's also a term for forest bathing. And these terms are very popular in Japan because we love shizen, which is nature, where you're just one with nature. So another thing that we find is a lot of them get sunshine while they're doing something active. Okay. So you're right, they're not doing a HIIT workout, they're not at the bar squeezing their buns.
Right.
They're definitely out in the field, they're out in the trees. The forest bathing, if you will, is a really beautiful practice where they're mentally and spiritually connected to what they're doing. So there's a belief system too, that they actually believe that everything that they're doing is benefiting them to have a longer and more beautiful life.
Wow.
And they have these amazing interviews where they say, you're 92, how do you feel? Are you ready to die? And the people say, no, I'm absolutely not. Like, come back another day.
Right.
'Cause I'm good.
Right.
And I'm chilling. And they're like in their 90s and even 100 something, and they even say, I'm just not ready yet. So I think that's cool.
It's incredible.
And then some of the ones in Loma Linda, I saw they swim or they lift weights.
Yeah.
Or they do I know this sounds silly, but one of them drives a lot in her Cadillac.
Okay.
There's a cool book called The Blue Zones by Dan Bwetner that has a fascinating story for every location. And it's real shit,
Right.
We often talk about that in books and writing, dude, why are we trying to do all these crazy things when all we need to do is talk to all the centenarians and be like, yo, what's up?
Right, because they're the ones who are, for lack of a better term, the anti-aging at its best, right? Preventative at its best.
Right.
What does a longevity diet look like?
So for every culture, it is going to be a little bit different. And we all know that Mediterranean diet really tends to be the one we think of when we think of life longevity. So that's really healthy fats and oils, nuts and seeds. You can get good carbs from anything. Typically in Sardinia, it's going to be pasta. But on top of that, you can get great omega-3 fatty acids from ingredients like fish. So the Japanese eat a lot of fish, so do the Sardinians, so do the Costa Ricans. And I really love that all the regions, if you study them really well, they all are tied to nature.
Right.
So I think that nature ties in with their diet because a lot of them are growing their own food too.
Right, okay.
And in Okinawa, they grow their own sweet potato and they eat it.
Right.
And there's a connection there too between, mind, body, spirit, and the earth and nature. And that's where I think we're stuck in New York and we're like, why the fuck am I not going to live until I'm 108? Well, it's because we're stuck in
the concrete jungle.
And the concrete jungle does not have any trees.
No.
And if they do, they look like this.
Yeah. I know. It's bad. It's bad. That's why everyone wants to live by a park and why it's so expensive to live by a park.
I so agree.
Yeah.
When you see a tree, it's like,
yeah.
I love it.
Okay, what other trade secrets do you have for us?
So Japanese women, we also want to talk a little bit about their beauty secrets.
Yeah.
So remember, the key is, and we don't do this very well here because we love it, but they stay out of the sun.
Right.
Number one. So you should wear sunscreen every day. And they also keep their chest and their hands and their arms out of the sun too. So you're not going to see body aging.
Right.
And my mom likes to say,
my green tea helps to keep me looking fabulous every day. So I like to drink my green tea. It's like my thing in the morning, okay?
So cute. Oh my God. I can't wait to meet your mom. She sounds like the cutest person ever.
she's a haircut, a little bowl cut. And she's a Japanese language teacher. So she teaches me so much about the culture though, that even it's new stuff every day. I'm amazed. They definitely believe in the soy products and the fermented soy, like miso paste, soy sauce. Those things are really going to help to clear your gut, which in turn clears your skin.
Right.
And you never see them with any flaws, and that's because the Japanese do focus on prevention. So prevention is number one, whereas Americans focus on masking and covering up and treating. And that's the difference between the two cultures. So the Japanese women don't even get wrinkles because all they did was preventing them the whole time.
Right.
Whereas we're like, fuck, I have wrinkles, I'm gonna go get shot up.
Right.
So it's like, we can learn a lot from them. And I think I'm really excited to share with you everything that I learned, because it's fucking fascinating. Like, I geek out on it so hard. It sounds like I've been hiding all these things, but I'm like, no, I swear I wasn't ready to research full-blown Japan until I was ready.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are some of like the key preventative foods that you can have to, prevent like wrinkles and...
Great question. So when you eat dark leafy greens, as we know, they're full of vitamins A, C, and K. And they're also full of phytonutrients and antioxidants, all in which as a whole can help for hydration, anti-aging, which means wrinkle prevention, and boosting more collagen in your skin. And collagen can naturally be boosted by eating more fruits and veggies. Just really depends on the ones you're choosing at the store. So I say go dark leafy greens, go bright colored berries. And I also eat a lot of sweet potatoes. I like to think that
You do?
Yes, because they help to build hyaluronic acid, and they have tons of vitamin A, as we know that, plus beta carotene are both really good for your skin's appearance.
Olivia Munn got into some trouble because I think she got some plastic surgery done, and then told everyone that she ate so many sweet potatoes that her face changed.
We should try it out.
I'm down to eat all the sweet potatoes, but I was just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, I don't think that they're gonna like transform my face. But I definitely think like it could help in like retexturizing my skin for sure.
Yeah, I think that the more whole foods you consume, the overall improvement you're gonna see in your entire life. And I mean, even if you just get more sleep and drink more water, it's like so simple, but those are two easy ways to get better skin.
Those are the two easiest ways to get better skin. Agreed. 8 hours of sleep, 3 liters of water a day, and like you'll be amazed at the difference. It's actually crazy. Easy. Your under eyes like start looking way more refreshed, not so baggy, not so many dark circles, not so puffy. It's like really insane. Also, I feel like no alcohol helps a lot.
Definitely. 1,000% agree.
But you also have to like just live your life.
You have to fun. Let loose.
Yeah. You can't live in parameters like that. You have to just do you, but be mindful.
Yeah, in moderation. I always say if I have a girlfriend and we're going out and I'm like in need of socialization, because we know that's key, it's totally cool to go and get a glass of wine.
Yeah.
But definitely in moderation, because I think in New York, everybody overdoes it a little and we get invited to 2,000 events every week.
Right.
Which all surround alcohol. And it's like, just say no.
Totally. And also, I'm not really for the new trend of like working out and then having drinks right afterwards.
Ew, is that a new trend?
Every fitness event I've been to is like, we're going to do a spin class and then we'll have cocktails after. And I'm like, what? That seems crazy.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I'm like, where's my protein smoothie? Hello?
Yeah, dude. I actually really like working out morning or midday because I still want to go out and enjoy. I feel like working out at night feels like a dungeon here.
Really?
You know? Yeah, it's like so dark and dreary.
I don't mind it. I mean, for me, I just kind of like, but this is the city I know and grew up in, so like I love Gotham. You know what I mean? So like
darkness.
Yeah, for me, like if I work out at night, I kind of enjoy working out at night because either it gives me a burst of energy and then I'm like ready to go out and like have like fun going out to dinner with friends or whatever, or it gives me a burst of energy. I come home, make myself dinner, and then I bust through a ton of work.
Yes.
Or I do something like restorative in the evening where I just want to come home, chill out, and like cozy up.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Like I told Hannah, I'm like, can I have pajama pants? Like I don't want to be in jeans right now.
Right. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, shall we cheers?
Yes, we shall.
To your health forever and ever. And I hope to be seeing you when we're 120.
Yes, longevity forever.